guys, welcome back to the Rido Waxing channel. So we've got a lovely set of Black Crows in. Not many of set of Black Crows I've had on the channel. So real honour to service these. And the guy that owns these skis is, I can imagine, is a bit of a fitness expert in the sense of in the world that, yeah, went and picked him up from his house, and he just looks basically like a guy that would charge and work out. So I really want to make sure these skis are absolutely on point. So when he goes out in the Alps, in a couple of weeks' time, they are going to perform, and he can basically be the athlete that I think he is. So, yeah, it's a real pleasure to turn these things around. He did say they were quite sluggish. He's already been out once with them, and there's a couple of real telltale signs. They are a little bit dry. We've got some few marks. There's a few areas I'm subject to maybe putting any P-Tex into the base of this ski. I will base scrape them. The reason being, we've got very fine fluff all on the front of the ski, and this is where the ski is going to make contact, and this will actually make the ski feel quite slow and sluggish. We're going to get this polished up, and we're going to get that word Black Crow really, really popping. Lovely ski though, absolutely lovely ski. A very, very expensive, well-rounded, kind of real top-line premium ski is this Black Crow. Now, we've got a couple of little areas that obviously he hasn't asked me to do, but I am going to do them. Obviously we're going to sharpen them up because they really are not that sharp at all. I wouldn't normally do this with my fingers if I had just sharpened them because I'd have blood pouring everywhere. They are quite blunt. So we're going to basically detail the actual bevel on the side and the base to an 89 degree on the side and 0.5 on the base, giving a real nice sharp line. We will dull and tip the ends in to reduce any catching as we do with the gummy stone. So your contact points are here and here. We're going to remove all this fluffy stuff, and then we'll basically lay down some fresh wax and make sure these things are going to fly. Lovely Salomon bindings and a real solid din setting, and that kind of goes in keeping with kind of what the guy I think he is. He's a bit of an athlete, so yeah, when he skis he charges up into the 8s, which are quite high, to be brutally honest with you. I always check all 4. So where are we here with this one? We've got a solid 8 on the back and a solid 8 on the front, 8 and then 8 on the back as well. So fixed bindings, fixed boots, they're not adjustable, and they're ready to go. Going to pop in my hand there and have a quick look up and down these skis because there's a little bit of area here which I don't like. So here we are, one set of Black Crows. Now this is the fluffiness. This looks quite enriched, but when in my eyes it is not. On the camera kind of doesn't do it justice, but if you listen, that's me hardly pushing on there. That is extremely fluffy. We need to base scrape really from the tip all the way down through. Especially when you listen to this area here. That fluffy bit up there is going to be slowing you down. We're going to get these rails though really dialed in. They are not sharp at all. We have got some, obviously, where it has been grounded on a machine. But we're going to basically do this by hand and really get a super sharp edge on here. Because like I say, that is... It shouldn't be making that noise. It should be cutting my finger open. So that is going to make a massive difference. We're going to polish up the top coat. Like I say, there's not a lot of P-Tex to be done. There's a couple of areas just here, but they are nowhere near deep enough. So we'll base scrape this, and again here. So we're going to base scrape all of that. But the area that I'm going to concentrate on as well as, which like I say, I'm a bit of a fussy person. I like to take off all these little fluffy bits and burrs. It's quite jaggedy up here where the skis basically cross over and tap. So we're going to take those off for the simple reason, if you leave these burry bits up, you can catch them, and things like this can happen. You can get a big top coat delamination. And the last thing we want to do is for that to rip off, because it was quite unsightly from the top. Won't make a massive difference, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some epoxy in here. Basically bleed it down through with a hairdryer, and then we're going to clamp this over and we're going to glue it down so it's nice and watertight, and more so it's very aesthetically pleasing because I like that kind of thing. And again, we're just going to take off all these berry bits. So that's what we're going to be doing, polishing up the top coat as well. So what I am going to do though, before working on this area just here, I'm going to get the wax laid down onto this ski, and then I can clamp it with the wax down. It won't make any difference because the wax will be coming off, and that way then it just adds a layer of protection to the base as well as. But I'll make sure we have a plate this side and a plate that side, so when we G-clamp it, we're not putting any indentations into the base of the ski. That is absolutely key. So there we go. Got our work cut out. That one's the same as well. So we're going to do both of these. Put some tunes on. Let's kick back, relax, and let me work at warp speed. Here we go. Okay guys, so the following morning, it was a very late night last night. I've jumped on these skis straight away, to be honest with you, because they are going out to the Alps relatively quickly, and I've got a set of family skis to do, and I'll try and do them all together, as well as quite a few snowboards being dropped off today. Now, we repaired this top coat. We're going to have a quick look at it now. So I'm going to undo it on camera so it's nice and live, so we can see how well it's come out. We put the plates on, as you can see, both front and back. Oh, look at that. Dead smooth. All that catching. There's a little of epoxy that's squeezed out, which is absolutely perfect. We're going to trim that off and just tidy that up. But that is now not going to rip up and rip off and discolour the top of that ski. You can just see the hairline because obviously it's kind of 3D, the top plastic. But the nice thing is it's all watertight and it's protected. Like I say, I'm a bit fussy with stuff like that. I just like the skis. And also they're nice and smooth now. So nice and smooth up and down through here. Yes, there is some sharp edges and bits and bobs, but I'm going to give these a polish up, this top coat, and then we're going to flip it over and take the wax off. Already you can see great colour differentiation between the green and the black. The rails, wow, the rails are so sharp. I would not do that like I did earlier. I would definitely cut my finger. But we've Delon tipped them in to reduce any catching on the tail and the nose, as well as... So, a lot of love and a lot of work have gone into these bad boys. I really do want them to perform, because like I said earlier, the gent is a bit of an athlete, and I reckon he's going to want them to be absolutely on point. Now, let's just have a quick trim of this up, and just see how well this looks. Oh, look at that. I'm really pleased with this. This is awesome, man. Lovely. Just get that off there. It's just the epoxy, the overspill. Lovely, awesome. Right, we'll get it off the sidewall. I quit chicken. I love that. That's the writing you tend to find with Black Crows. They kind of put that writing on down the side. They've always got a little bit of a slogan and a little bit of a word. It's quite cool. Apologies for not looking at the camera. Just making sure that's nice and smooth. Which it is, but more importantly, it's not stuck up, which is what we want. So, let's stick some tunes on. I'll tell you what, actually, let me just unclamp this. There we go. All lovely. Got a little bit of fettling to do, but the nice thing is that top bit there is not now sticking up. And we've got the wax down, which is protected the base as well as. So really chuffed with this. We're going to flip the ski around actually. We're going to straighten up the clamps, like so. And yeah, basically get going. So they're ready to hit the white fluffy stuff. All right guys, let's stick some tunes on. Let's crack on. One awesome set of Black Crows. These have come up so well. We've got great colour in that base. These are going to be super fast, really are. The edges are absolutely on point. Really pleased with those. I actually did, off the base bevel, take quite a lot of metal off. I don't think the base has possibly been ever angled, maybe. For the simple reason, normally you get a little bit off, but you don't get as many tethers off as possible. So we really have tuned them in. And the side rails we've done at 89 degrees as well. So it gives that a little bit more overspeed. So you can really chuck it into a carve. But just so smooth. All the way down the ski. That now sounds exactly like that did, which is what we want. No fluffiness means more speed. And we've repaired that top coat as well, which has come up lovely. We've given them a detail to clean and a polish, which is awesome. And now, on to the water test. So, which ski should we pick? Let's pick this one. Both are exactly the same. But this is the resilience, this is the repellentness that you need to make sure that you can fly. I should have done a before and after, actually, thinking about it now. But just look at that. That there is just purely... It leaves no slug, it doesn't hold on to the water, and that's where this is absolutely key. And it literally just runs off. Bone dry, absolutely bone dry. Resilient against water is what we want. And yeah, like I say, these should sit on top of the surface. We've also structure brushed them as well, so we put some fine lines in. This ski's got a few more little marks, but nowhere near P-Texable. They're too shallow, but you can just see them because we've polished the skis so well. And this is the other one. Great shine. Clean up that top coat as well. And we've taken all the burrs off, which is lovely. So they'll be nice to hold. They'll be nice to ride. And they're going to perform superbly well. And I'm really chuffed because that's exactly what this gentleman said. He said they were a bit slow last time he went out. They won't be slow now, I promise you. They're going to be like chalk and cheese, which is just lovely because when you put them on your feet and you take off, you'll be like, yes, that's value for money, that is. But anyway, guys, awesome set of Black Crows. A real privilege to get these done in the workshop. And yeah, thanks ever so much for watching and tuning in. Hit like, subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm all over there, Ride Right Waxing. That would be just truly awesome. And until next time, and to all these other skis, which I'm going to be bringing on to you guys on the channel, we will see you soon.